Hi, my name is Chris Vigilante and welcome to Brewing 101. Today we're going to teach you how to brew on a Kalita Wave pour over. The Kalita Wave was designed with a special flat bottom symmetry to allow a nice even extraction when you're brewing your coffee. It's important to have a catcher if you plan to serve more than just one cup. It also allows the coffee to reach a really nice temperature if you're brewing using a catcher. It's not required to have a catcher though. You can always just set it on your mug and brew 1 cup for yourself. The next important device you're going to need is your scale. A trusty, reliable scale will never do you wrong. So the Kalita 185 comes with a very special filter. It has this wave-like shape. You want to keep the integrity of the shape while you're pulling the filter from the pack. Set it inside like that. Next, you're going to want to grab your hot water. Typically, we're aiming for around 200 to 202. If you're boiling your water at home, take it to a full boil, remove it, wait 1 minute, and then proceed. We don't want to scorch the coffee, so that's why we give it a second to cool after it's reached a full boil. Once you have your filter ready, set it inside your Kalita, and then you want to apply some water. Basically rinsing the filter, removing any paper taste that might reside within the coffee. Pouring right down the middle and letting the water build right up. It's also dual purpose because it'll preheat both your vessels. And we want temperature stability whenever we're brewing coffee. Take that water with the paper taste now in there and dump. Next, we're gonna grab our coffee. In this case, we're using about 22 grams of coffee to 350 grams of water. Once you put the coffee into the Kalita, it's super important they give it a little shake. This will help even the bed of the coffee, allow for a more even extraction and better brew. Turn your scale on. Make sure that you hit the tare button to zero everything out, and then grab your hot water. Make sure you hit the start button on your timer and begin brewing. It's important to try to match the weight of the coffee with the first pre-soak of the coffee grounds. We really want to get everything saturated and allow the bloom to occur. The bloom is essentially the coffee degassing. All freshly roasted coffee is going to release CO2. If your coffee's not degassing at home, you probably have old coffee and you should take it back to where you got it from and go get yourself a bag of Vigilante coffee. The bloom should occur for about 30 seconds. Right around then, you want to come back in, pouring clockwise or counterclockwise, just whichever way you go, stick to that direction. I like to start in the middle and then work my way out. Kind of like a dizzy dial that you might see at like a carnival or a fair. And I never really want my water level to recede too much. And we want to keep a consistent brew, and this is what you're doing for the next 3 minutes. So really just focus on making this the best cup of coffee you can by evenly saturating all the grounds, working to the outside, to the inside. You almost want this coffee scum to be on the top surface. It's important to note, if your coffee is taking over 4 minutes, odds are your grind is just too fine. If your coffee's brewing under 3 minutes, your coffee's probably too coarse. You want to find that happy median, and we're using a fine grind, somewhat similar to sand. Once the desired weight of 350 grams is reached, stop pouring. Your work here is done. Wait for that coffee bed to fully recede, and then you're going to have a great cup of coffee. While you're waiting for that coffee to finish, you can start to preheat your mug. Preheating your mug is what's going to allow your coffee to remain at a more consistent temperature for a longer period of time. It's a little pro tip for you. When your Kalita's done, discard the filter, grab it by the handle right here, and flick right into the trash. I always like to give it a nice rinse, make sure it's ready to use for the next go. Turn your scale off, discard your water that was preheating your mug, and pour and enjoy. Thanks for watching the video. Enjoy.